the bullet case. Your computer is a very basic laptop, but if it does the job, it does the job. You're going to be running around outside with the feral kids by the time you're done drawing in all the bullet cases. Yeah, I got football tonight, so I can kick some shins and take my stress out in that way. So, which is nice. Which is nice. We like doing that. I've been to all three of the best pizza places in Chicago. Uno's, Giordano's, and Gino's East. I prefer Giordano's over the others. Lou Mainarti's is an honourable mention. You're just trying to make me tongue-tied. But yeah, I love a good pizza. When you begin a drawing, do you put down a light grey shade over the whole sheet by chance? That was something I picked up in art school back in the Stone Ages. I don't. So when I start my drawing, I sketch it all out first in a very light pencil, something like a 2H, so it doesn't really show through when I'm drawing, and then I just go in with charcoal. I don't usually brush over it or do anything. If what I've sometimes found is if I'm doing a like a larger area like this, sometimes it feels like the charcoal takes to the paper a little bit better if I do like get a sponge, my makeup sponge, which has got charcoal on it, and just do a light, a wipe over with that first, and then go hard with the charcoal. For some reason, it seems to just stick a little bit better or work a bit better. So you saying that's what you were told back in the day? I can kind of see where they're coming from with that. I wouldn't. I'm completely self-taught myself, so I don't know. I you know I don't know if it's true or not, or if that does help, or but from experience, it does feel like it helps a little bit, especially with large, big areas. So, um, yes, what you just said, but I mean the 970 specifically. I see. Yeah, yeah. It does the job. Like a watercolor almost. I guess so. I guess so. There's not many places you leave pure white though. No, here I've left pure white, and here I've left pure white, and here I've left pure white. Sorry, I pointed up there, but yeah, just above Deadpool, I've left pure white. But yeah, where you want to get a nice blend, like coming across, like this dark area, instead of just going over it black, sometimes it feels like it grips better. Yeah, just to put a smooth blend down. It's not going to hurt it either way, but yeah, sometimes it does help. I think it does anyway. It feels like it's doing something. But it's, yeah, I wouldn't say it was the end of the world if you don't. We just did it so we weren't starting from white to help gain the whole tonal range. I guess so. But then, like, for example, if you were drawing this piece, would you brush over this area in here as well? Um, yeah, I'm not sure if that would be the case or not, or whether you would or... so that's that one there. There's another casing here. Yeah, and just pull out the white with erasers. But then I just don't. If you want this as pure as white as can be, I don't know why you would just not leave it if you want it white. That would be my only. If you want it white, leave it white. I don't see the point in layering in something just to take it off with an eraser. But it depends. Where you've got the blend, I guess, maybe you can work back with the eraser, but maybe, I don't know. Interesting. Like I say, I'm all self-taught, so I don't know how they would teach you to do certain stuff in school. So it's interesting for me to hear as well, because yeah, I wouldn't know. I like it. It's like I say, I'm interested. Um, you have to use a medium or dark grey background on my digital pieces before I do the proper background, so that I push my contrast enough. Interesting. Interesting. It's 18 by 24. Yeah, A2 size. So whatever, if that's A2 size, what Mitch has put, that's how big this one is. But yeah, interesting. I guess it depends. It's weird for sure. Like I said at art school, it's working for you by all means. I agree with you. Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? I guess, um, like especially on this piece, I want this white to be as pure white as possible. Like I want to keep it literally as clean and bright possible white as I can. So even just layering a very light go over with it is yeah, I definitely don't really want to do that. But yeah, it's interesting. Like I say, I love hearing like when people are at schools and colleges and stuff, and they say, "Oh, you know, we've been told to do it like this." I mean, I was speaking to someone recently who is doing an art degree, and they are really being pushed away from traditional art towards digital art. This person was really adamant that they wanted to do traditional, and they're just like, no, honestly, traditional's dying. You need to just get on board the digital train. And I just think that's awful, you know. I mean, I know I'm biased because I am traditional, but if someone's keen on learning traditional, then go for it. Um, yeah, it just seemed really mad to me. Um, that was 20 plus years ago, and I only done it a few times. I was just curious if you did that as well. If I were them, I'd look for a different school. Yeah, this is a university teaching, yeah, university grade art, you know? It just seems a bit mad to me, but again, maybe a little bit biased to me, but just brushing out the bottom of the casing here just to give a bit of light reflection on it. And most studios really just work in digital these days. Traditional is great, but a lot of schools know that to get hired at a studio, you have to know digital really well. That is true. That is true. I mean, is doing what there's a difference, I guess, between doing what you love and then doing what you need to do in order to find a career. I guess that might be the good way of putting it. Oh, excuse me, I need to sit up. I'm scrunching over a bit. You had a drawing professor tell us we should all just quit and open up coffee shops. Well, yeah, there is that option, but yeah, he's very confidence boosting of him to say that. My art teacher back in the day was awful. She was just a glorified babysitter. I know we weren't babies, but she used to just sit at the front of the class, do our own work, and just say, all the stuff's back there. Do what you want, whether you want to do paints or whether you want to draw. Get sketchbooks out. Do what you want to do. I was like, all right, okay. You're not actually gonna show us how to do anything, or are you just gonna? No, you just do whatever comes. Be all arty and yeah, do what creative juices flow. It was yeah, really poor and disappointing. So I'd love to have actually been shown something. Um, Especially games and film studios, they aren't really hiring traditional artists as their entire production workflow is digital now. Yeah, fair point. I get it. I get it. Commercial art though is pretty jaded. Yeah, it's also as well what you got a passion for. If you got a passion for traditional, then I don't think anyone should dampen that passion. I get the career stuff, but you can still, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think you should shit on anyone's passion if they've got a real want for doing a certain type of art, if it's traditional. Yeah. Brack, good to see you, mate. Good to see you. How's things? Hope you're doing well. What you been up to? Keeping yourself out of trouble, I hope. Or not? Yeah. Hope you're doing alright, mate. Even in the comics industry, the days of traditional ink are virtually over. A handful of old guard are successful in this dependence process. Quality of digital ink has too many benefits in that industry. Again, yeah, it's the way of the future. I fully understand that. I do get it. It's just a bit of a shame, I feel. And I just don't want to, I don't know, I see a world where traditional is sort of getting less and less, which is, again, it's very biased of me. I just, yeah, don't want to see it. Um, David Peterson and Stan Sakai are two of the last traditional ones I know of who are still working in comics. Yeah, you love traditional art and I love your art. Thank you. As far as schools goes, they're trying to make sure you can succeed in life as well as succeed in arts. They feel responsibility to train you what likely to face you in the marketplace. Yeah, I get it. I get it. And I appreciate you explaining that to me. I was a little bit like, they can't do that. You know, you can still be successful and not do digital and stuff like that if that's what your passion is. And I was getting all with my traditional hat on. I was getting a bit leery about it, but I get what you're saying, and I appreciate that, and that makes sense. I'll put the knife away. It's fine. uh, I'm doing alright, thanks, Barack. I appreciate it. You've got this weird rash that's super itchy though. TMI in it? Oh, I don't want to know where the rash is, but maybe get some cream. But yeah, I hope it's maybe in the heat does that a lot. I get heat blisters sometimes on my fingers. Like it's almost starts off as a rash. I don't know if anyone else gets that, but yeah, it's not good. I watch an ink and watercolor artist on Twitch. Oh, really? Independent though? Do you mean mainstream or industry? Mainstream, independent, you get a lot more traditional, as in an indie creator has to wear more hats. They have to work with what they know to get their work done faster or to fit the niche. I see. It's nowhere private. That's fine, bro. You know, even if it is, it's fine. Yeah, it's not nice to have rashes and itches in this sort of heat. Yeah, not nice. I hope it gets better. Let's try and put another one more casing in between or at the back of all this lot. There we go. So what I might do is do all these ones along the bottom and then work up like that. I think that might be good. Or what I should maybe do is work across the whole thing from right to left. That might be the safest bet. Oh, I'm just picking up my resting piece of paper. Headdress is really... my dad may be super anxious that it was monkeypox, but there's no way it could be. God, yeah, that's the last thing you want to do, really. It's also like where people Google stuff as well. Yeah, don't go doing that. I got loads of bullet casings missing over here, actually. This is just a random one I want to put in. It wasn't on the reference, but I feel it needs one there. And then just above the patch here, one here. Llama pox. I like it. I like it. It's looking really cool, by the way. It wasn't here for the last two streams, so this has come along nicely. Thank you, Barack. We've put loads of bullet casings in. I'll zoom out in a bit from top to down to Deadpool. We've done. Probably just needs a bit of tarting up towards the end, but we got most of those in, which is good. And yeah, I'm pleased with it. Oh, there's one random one, right? Probably right behind the. You won't see that. It's behind the.
Well, hello, beautiful.
Oh, White Man, how you doing? Thank you so much. Thank you for the raid. Really appreciate it. Definitely go check out his work, guys. He's a very talented bloke. I love their stuff. Some of the fantasy scenes you've done, White Man, Chef's Kiss. Yeah, how you doing? Good to see you, and thank you again for the raid. I hope you're well. Nice. I just wanted to put those last ones in. That might just be me and about, unfortunately, me and a bot. That's all right. Don't worry about that. I appreciate it. Because the other thing as well, people don't realise with when you raid someone, you're actually hosting them as well. So anyone who pops to your channel, I believe, like but now it hosts me. So don't ever be worried about that. And I appreciate it anyway. It means a lot. But yeah, I hope your stream was good. What were you up to? Yeah, what were you working on? Always try and send people your way if you're on there. I appreciate that. That's very kind. Very, very kind. Never judge on numbers. Sometimes people have 100 people and no one engages. Sometimes it's 4 or 5 and it's a party. 100% agree. And the stuff that Whiteman produces is definitely worthy of a lot more than that. Very, very good stuff. I think one of the first few people to follow me as well, I think. I've been following a long time. If I remember. Yeah. I know someone who's actually Twitch partnered and their chat is super quiet and it's interesting when you watch and I think most people must be just watching and just chilling, like happy to just lurk and watch. It's strange. Working on a commission today. Nice. Hope it went well. Let me just make sure I'm focused. Autofocus. Yeah, we are in focus, which is good. But yeah, all good, all good. Sorry if I keep putting my big head in the way. Got a big head. Nice. So, keep changing on what I'm going to do. Should I do all these light ones up in here and then do the bottom? Should I do the bottom and then the light ones up here? Or should I just work my way across on both? Just to kind of, yeah, I don't know. Shit, I was meant to. So that one stays almost white. 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 Big rates are funny. Biggest I was modding on was 2,000 people, I think. 1,500 closed the window, 400 people are asleep, 80 people follow, and you never see them again, and like one or two stick around. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It's yeah, it's lovely to get those big raids, but yeah, some people have just got the computer on it. It's and yeah, apparently it doesn't count at all to what I read. I tried looking into it because I had a big like SIPS raid and had like a few hundred following or watching. It said like a few hundred watching for at least like 2 hours. And I thought, I just wonder how that's affected like the stats. And I read where it said it doesn't it doesn't affect it. I think the only way it can affect it is if people refresh. Yeah, once they come in on the raid, if they hit the refresh button, then it will count as a viewer. But because I thought it was like after 20 minutes or something like that, they turn into a viewer, but apparently not. From what I read anyway on the thing, because it didn't. Yeah, not that it matters. I'm not in it for that. I appreciate the company whilst I'm drawing, rather than drawing in on my own in the quiet like I used to do. It's nice to have people here and appreciate what I do, which is cool. Um, Always happier with a moderate sized viewership with engaged chat that tons of viewers with no one actually watch. Yeah, definitely. It depends what you want from it as well, isn't it? Luckily, I just yeah, anyone that's here, I appreciate them being here, and that's all that I really want from it. I don't stream full time. I don't have the time to stream full time, so I accept that it's going to be, it's never going to be big like that, but which is fine. It's as long as you get what you want out of it, and you're happy and you're enjoying it, then yeah. People think it's probably more sophisticated than that. Exactly, yeah. Might also convert into an active viewer when they say something too. Possibly, yeah. Yeah, possibly. But yeah, from what I read, it didn't count at all, which is a bit, yeah, which is fine. It doesn't matter. Would have been nice. But I guess then a lot of people, would get. But it's also not guaranteed, is it, partnership? Because I know a lot of people that have consistently like 90 to 120 viewers every stream, and they're still not partner, which is weird. I don't know how that works. It's just not guaranteed, I don't think, that you automatically get offered partner. I was off at a meeting, but these bullet casings on the ground are looking magnificent. Thank you. They're getting there. I hope it gives the effect when you look at the whole picture as a whole. Get my words right. And it has that effect. Yeah. On each bullet, I've kind of, like I said, just with a brush or a paper stump, just pulling off a little shadow on each. Just gives the effect that they are on the ground as well. I will have to tidy up in here with the kneaded eraser just to clean up and keep it as light as I can. But yeah, it's getting there. It is getting there. Things can go big, but discovery on Twitch is bad. Do you do art stuff on TikTok? Yeah. I've done 3 videos of this drawing so far on TikTok. One of them's done really well. Like, I say really well, it's done better than my previous ones. But again, I'm not a big TikToker. I'm not, I'm a little bit shooting in the dark. Luckily, my kids have shown me how to use it, basics. Because they're on it all the time, I think. But you need to to grow, you need to sort of be, need to be doing this sort of stuff, It all counts. Shit, and then I throw my paper on the floor. But yeah, feel free if you're on TikTok to search it out. Yeah, and check it out. 75 is the qualification to apply. Yeah, but I think there's a couple more things as well. You've got to stream for so many hours and stuff like that. Yeah. Whiteman's digital pieces are super cool. Yeah, some of his fantasy sort of settings are really mind blowing. Drawings where they use like a big, big scale and stuff like that looks so cool. It gives you that sort of vast, wow, this is a big place sort of feeling. Yeah. Also, if you're not already doing it, I'm sure you are, but follow, definitely give our own mod Mitch a follow for his digital work and traditional work I've seen him do recently. That's amazing stuff. Thank you, Brack. He wouldn't do it himself, I know. Too modest. But yeah. Welcome. Very welcome. let's do a little bullet casing coming off here. Nice. A little light one. And then gonna go. If Twitch thinks they can make more money off you, they make you partner. If they don't feel you're marketable enough, you'll never get it. Oh, interesting. Yeah, interesting. It's all about the monies. Like, I mean, what does, apart from getting um, a purple tick next to your name, what actually does it generate for you? Like promotional opportunities, I guess. So yeah. But yeah, it's I don't know what being a partner offers you. At least you aren't having to draw the army's new biomedical casings. Jeez, even the sound of that sounds tricky. So yeah, I'm very glad. Very little difference to your income initially, at least. Opportunities, support, transcoding, a badge. Partner gives you better promotion, more money off of subs, better sponsorship on opportunities. You can squad stream and they do your transcoding live. I don't understand. What does transcoding live? I'm yeah, I don't understand that bit. More money off subs isn't true, at least for tier 1. Okay. People love a badge though. To rock up in someone's channel with a partner badge would be pretty cool. But it's can be for some. Some partners make 70% off their tier 1 subs, really. Some partners can negotiate a better split, but it's a tiny percentage. Tiny, I see. Transcoder means you can set your stream to broadcast in broadcast in 1080 by 60, and anyone watching can choose what resolution and frame rate they want to watch. I see. I see. I see. That makes sense. I get it now. Thanks for explaining. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that. I know that like some of the Yogscast channels I watch, it just if your internet's poor, it will drop down to a 720 or whatever. But yeah, no, that's cool. I understand that now. I guess that, yeah. So that isn't available on everyone's channel. My pet hate is affiliates using 1080p 60. You can also delay your. Why do you hate 1080p 60? You can also delay your broadcast, so it's like live television with the ability to cut off accidents live of sorts. Okay. Nip slips in your hot tub rather than being banned for not raking in enough money. I see. Do 720 by 30 for the best overall quality on most devices. I see. So why wouldn't you go for best quality 1080p? Is it because you can't? It won't come across in that anyway. God, you guys are way more clued up on this to me. I turn the camera on and press record, and that's. Uh, 1080p is too much for a lot of viewers, and when you aren't partnered, you are not guaranteed the lower transcode. I see. You get a slideshow, too much data required. Sordrak, welcome. Oh, you were in earlier as well. I appreciate that. Also bad on potato streamer PCs. Makes sense, makes sense. Imagine the people who watch on poor or mobile internet. I guess so, I guess so. Encoding result in lag as well for some. Okay. Eat your data and lag. You guys know. Like I said, I'm uh, I'm quite new to it also. I'm not new to it all, but I don't understand as much as you guys. But it's interesting. I appreciate it. I'm going to use a paint pen on some of those casings, I think, on the chair, just to make it stand out. There's a bullet casing that's just hitting the corner of the chair. Like here. There, nice little bounce on the corner. But you can legally co-stream, which is a plus for some of the more socializing peeps. Okay, you can co-stream. Okay, honestly, unless they look at the frame rate listings, most people can't tell the difference between 30 and 60 FPS. True. Twitch has their own video compression, which is smooth. Video which has smoothing built in. I get it. I get it. I learned a lot of modding for Nova because she has like 5 years experience. I only mod on one other channel, so I'm yeah, it was a steep learning curve for me, but technically that's a ban for non-partners. Really? 60 looks nicer to me than higher def, so it's like 720p 60 over 1080p, most likely on 480p. That sounded, yeah, like a foreign language to me. Stream on other platforms as well. That's banned under affiliate. Really? Okay. That and with other streamers side by side. That is well banned for non-partners because it's an exclusive offer for them. Really? You could do drawing with damage, Mitch, but it just means that whoever you're with isn't streaming. They can still I don't know how that would work in terms of picking up their feed on your channel, but there's got to be a way of, or even like, I don't know. Be worth checking into because I think it's a good idea what you should planning on doing. You know, you've been working on that for a while as well. Okay. So yeah. Basically, I have the video small, so I watch low quality version when available. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it sounded a good idea, Mitch. And he wouldn't be streaming at the same time. But you can do things like going to Discord, setting it up, and then streaming to Twitch. That's forbidden for affiliate. Interesting. Yeah, definitely interesting. Um, yes, but it costs them their account affiliate state forever because once you lost it, you would never get it back. It's plainly stated in TOS regarding affiliate and partner. Okay. So having someone on stream on a video call. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Definitely worth looking into then, Mitch, before you jump in balls deep on it. Keep dropping my bit of leaning paper. Don't think it's ever enforced that I've seen. Not really enforced if you don't get reported true. You can use Discord to bring in voice and video feed from someone and use that in Twitch, but you can't be broadcasting publicly in Discord. Okay. Into a stunning piece. Can't wait to see the finish. Thank you. I really appreciate it. You have to take off for a bit. No worries, Whiskey. And thank you. It's very kind. It's coming along. It's slow progress, especially on these casings, but it's coming along. And yeah, I'll catch you in a bit. The way I do it for my D&D show is using Discord to bring in everyone's webcam audio in a private Discord, and yeah, that would make sense, wasn't it? Butter's bodily fluid remember Butter's bodily fluid twat getting nicked, which isn't even a bodily fluid thing. Okay. I didn't ask what that was. Um, his emote got removed because it's sexual and bodily fluids, which it clearly wasn't. It's a sexual bit of that, but they didn't answer to his rebuttal and left it banned. Okay. Well, I had the Ted doing the hump thing, but I think I've taken that off now. Twitter thought my latest art ad was too spicy and put a warning flag in it. Really? I appealed it. It's a dude sitting in front of a monster who has who's as well equipped as the Weird, isn't it? Did that like come through on your? How do you even? Yeah, interesting. Do they come through on an email, or do you get it like literally on your through like a whisper or a? Like I've been angelic when it comes to streaming, so I've been very lucky. Like no DMCA's, no nothing. So or maybe I'm just hovering under the radar, and they've yet to strike. Focused on bodily fluid, which is ridiculous. They act on a better safe than sorry pattern, which comes to reported content. They don't do support at affiliate level. Twitter sent you a message. Funny thing is, I got hit with that one of my Twitter accounts, but not the other. Okay. That's strange. I think it's the luck of the draw thing, I think, almost, isn't it? If you get spotted or someone reports it or if they look into it or... Interesting. I appreciate all your input, guys. It's something to definitely look out on. Make sure I keep my nose clean, as they say. Don't want to get in trouble. The good thing about doing these casings on this part of the drawing is that I don't have to use my electric eraser, so my eraser thumb is getting a rest. So if you treat Twitch as a job, you should also watch the fine print closely. That makes sense. Any update to that fine print? Yeah. Yeah, that definitely makes sense, Sword. I agree. Yeah. If you want to make money off of this and then you got to be on the money in terms of what you can and can't do. That makes sense. I'm just hoping when I finish this as well and I pull back and look at it as a whole, it all works, if you see what I mean. I know it's easy, it's a funny thing to say, but when you're doing like loads of little bits over and over again in such a small area, you want it to be like finished. I look back and it works. You know, it all looks right. It's all Surprised battery's not streaming today's sword. I thought you would noticed he wasn't on. Um, it's a good habit if it's a tedious one. I used to do contract reviews, so always read the fine print. Yeah, you have to keep pushing the button on the eraser. Yeah, on this eraser here, it's got the button here, so it's not constantly spinning. But yeah, the terms are not the clearest when you go to and look for an answer. I find only see that in the photos of the drawing. Yeah, shelves are so freaking small. Why are you doing that to yourself? I know. He's taking a day off. Ah, okay. Yeah, I noticed he wasn't on. That's fair enough. When you stream, 5 days a week, sometimes you need to have some time off, especially like appointments and stuff like that. Yeah, the casings are small, but I think it's going to be worth it. I hope, and hopefully it works and gives the impression of the falling bullets. That's the plan, anyway. Uh, the one I have, you can lock the button in. Never realised it's not always like that. Oh, really? That would be handy, especially on this piece, I tell you. Yeah, I'm getting a injury just from bloody pressing the button in and out. Yeah, I think that's looking okay. Again, I think towards the end I'll go back with a paint pen and just yeah pick out any highlights on some of the brighter sort of bits that I want to stand out. Excuse me. Yeah, and then I've got the Derwent rechargeable one. Comes with two different erasers. So, showing off. Come on. You're rubbing it in now. All right, all right. Your fancy electric eraser. I think this was from China somewhere. I got it in a stocking, Christmas stocking. But it works. It does the trick. Fuck. Dropped it on the floor again. Oh well. Let's go without. Nice lady has that one. It's pretty beefy, really. Speaking of beefy, I'm heading home now. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Sword thank you. Or Sword, whatever's easiest. Thank you, and I appreciate you hanging out. And yeah, it's good to see you. Safe journey. She erased right through the eye on her last graphite portrait. No way. It was so dramatic I clipped it. You got to do it, haven't you? Nice. Not nice, but yeah. I take it that wasn't what she was meant to do. Like a big oops. There's no Bob Ross happy accidents in that one. I bet. It's the advantage of being new to drawing, I think. Don't have to dig through the old-fashioned ways of colouring and art supplies I already have because I had none. Can just find my way to the 2022 stuff and start with that. That's true. But no, but that's cool. I like the sound of it. I might treat yourself, as they say. Treat myself to an eraser that allows me to hold the, lock the button on. Add it to the Christmas list. Easy peasy. It was intentional, really. Hair across the face. You just needed a mono. You just need a mono to start with. Okay, that's all right then. I thought it was like she just completely messed up by accident and just let rip with a zoom right through the middle of it. Nice. It's scary stuff when you do that. I've done it once or twice. Putting a hair across a key part of the drawing, it's like, ugh. Should we just need a might be cheaper where you are. It's an English brand, I think. Yeah, there's some Derwent stuff, which is cool. Got to look for a bit here. Work is needed. No worries, no worries. Should we just have a? I was just going to say, should we have a just zoom out just to see? That's as far as it goes. Okay. It's getting there. The casings down the bottom seem to be working okay. Links blocked. On Nightbot, with Nightbot you can whitelist clips. Okay. I'll have to do that. Again, my knowledge of Twitch and how stuff works is a bit poor, so feel free to drop me messages and say, can you do this, or can you whitelist this, or show me how to do it even better. um, Zan, hopefully I've pronounced that correct. Thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. Another reason to do it. Yeah, definitely. Need to get on that, get that done. Really amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. How are you doing? Very kind of you. Yeah, thank you. Very kind. Um, just checking. I'm happy with everything so far. Yeah. Not 100% certain because at Nova's we just allow all links, don't get any big issues. Okay, really is amazing. The details on the shoes and the edge highlights. Thank you. And these need to be cleaned up again, mind. So they will be a little bit brighter. Like on the knees, this needs to pop a bit more. It needs to be a bit crisper. But because I've gone over it so many times, it's not great. So I might use the paint pen, especially on the shin here. That's got to be crisp white. So I might use the paint pen. The other only downside to this as well is I need to, when I finished it, I have to give it to the photographer guy I know, and he photographs it ready for prints. So between finishing it and him photographing it and then sending me the final image, I can be like finished, and then 2 weeks later I get to share it because it's yeah, it's he's only just got round to doing it, so it can be a pain, but it is what it is. Can't make it go any quicker. Uh, really looks good, but we don't see it in reality. Yeah, what? Yeah, in person, it's vastly different. Also, it changes with the lighting as well. So if I take my lamp off, does that make any difference at all? Do you usually draw using charcoal pencils, or are you a wizard who's really good at everything at all? I've been drawing in charcoal for the last 6 years, since 2016. Yeah, so from 2012 to 2016 was graphite, and then 2016 to now is in charcoal. Um, but yeah. Yeah, and it's just practice, tons and tons of practice. Like TK says, just practice tons and tons. I love drawing, and literally as soon as I finish a drawing, I start another one. So that's how it happens. But I appreciate that. It's very kind. You're a wizard, Harry. But yeah, definite. What I'm learning as well is not to rush stuff. So with this piece, I'm not rushing it. If I don't get it finished today, I don't get it finished today. What difference does it make to me? None at all. So, yeah, patience and don't rush stuff. But it's warm in here, I'll tell you that. That's just holding these pencils and my hands are getting a little bit sweaty. Little bit sweaty. Hey, Midna. Oh, Kelly. Kelly, how's it going? Kelly Art Studio. How's it going? The effort you put in really shows. I've never seen better chocolate. Thank you. That's very, very kind. I can point you in the direction of some really good chocolate artists if you'd like to know. But I thank you. I appreciate that. Very, very kind. Can't stay in chat for long. Need to get something to eat. No worries. Thank you for popping in and saying hello. I really appreciate it. That's very kind. Very, very kind. And yeah, I hope you're doing alright. It's a bit too samey, that one. Lynn, welcome, welcome. Thank you. How's it going? Always open to appreciating more art. No worries. Yeah, no worries. But yeah, thank you for popping in and giving the kind words. That's very kind. Are you into art? Do you create art yourself? Are you just a watcher of art, or yeah, or do you like to create as well? Just checking that I've got everything. I mean, absolutely love what Dylan does, for example, but it's not objectively better, and there are plenty of people who would rather have this print over his, even if it was. I appreciate that. Yeah, he's definitely a master of his trade, and I look up to him as how I'd like to be able to draw, but we draw completely different subject matters. I'd love to draw a picture that big and go into that much detail on a person, but I don't want to lose what has got me where I am currently in terms of Marvel, DC, film, and TV. Um, that's where I am with my art, and that's I wouldn't be able to do Comic Cons and get that awesome feedback if I didn't do what I do. So um, yeah, it's different. Like I say, subject wise, we're very different. Um, but yeah, he's definitely a different league, though. That's for sure. Um, no, as good as the other day. Whisper's gone home. Ah, that's a shame. That was it was a short visit, wasn't it? But I hope you managed to have a good lot of laughs and enjoy each other's company. And yeah, I hope she had a nice time as well. Goes fast, doesn't it, when you're having fun? It's like me and these bullet casings. It's going so fast. I'm loving every second of it. Uh, Zanzan is, that's what I used to say. Oh, okay. It's absolutely an amazing piece of, thank you, Lynn. That's so kind. I appreciate it. Yeah, those bullet casings, by the way, go all the way up. So yeah, it's 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 getting there. It is getting there. Shall I zoom back in a little bit on what we're? He's a master. So glad you introduced him to me, and it's good. It is good. It's and we're very lucky that he's willing to share with us, his craft and how he produces what he does. So many times I've watched his streams, and you know, I thought I knew quite a bit with charcoal because that's literally all I use. Um, but yeah, I've picked up so much from him, like just from watching his streams on Twitch. It's yeah, it's been very very good. Same way I can look up to what you do and learn from it without feeling that I have to do the same. Not that I can. Very true. I appreciate that as well. We're all different. I mean, I look at other people's art. I look at Whisper's art, and I think the color work she does and the creativity is awesome. Um, I look at Charles Lister's art, and the imagination that goes into his work is phenomenal. And I just, yeah, I it's different, isn't it? Everyone's got their own unique styles and way of doing stuff. It's good. It's good to see, and I think it's helpful as well. We're all and a lot of us use different mediums and different equipment and different styles, but we all have our own uniqueness about it, and it doesn't feel like competition. You're learning. Yeah, it's weird. It's good. It's very good. Um, I'm going over next week to see her. One-way ticket. Don't know how long we're staying. Really nice. Hopefully it's beautiful weather for you. It's very very cool. I like that. Sounds good. Watching the nice ladies got me feeling the need to show I can freehand if I try. Freehanding's one of those skills that is very very cool, um, and it's a skill that I should practice way more often than I do. I really really should, but I don't. This is an excuse that I'm running with that I just don't have the time. Um, I should do. I should make the time. But literally any free time I've got, I'm drawing here. So it's yeah, it's not as easy as that. But yeah, maybe I'll try do some freehand stuff. You finished Drawing your rose. After I got started, I saw there were water drops on there, so I ended up having my introduction to water drops as well. Fair play, nice. That's what I like to hear. Very cool. Have you got a picture of it we can see? Very good. Water drops sounds like a real challenge. Yeah, water drops are a challenge, and they're the one thing that I'd love to draw. When people like splash, there's always those photos you see where people are like splashing loads of water in their face, and the water's gone everywhere, and or like on a window where it's been raining, and you can see the raindrops and stuff like that. I'd love to draw something like that. I think that would look super cool. Um, but yeah, not easy, not easy. Lovely. Look at this. Beautiful. Yeah, you see these drops here, stuff. That's nice. You got that dark, the border of it to give the effect of shape and shadow to the this, the shape of the water drop. Yeah, that's really cool. Very, very cool. And yeah, the dark tones as well that run through the petals and stuff and the edges. Very, very cool. Are you pleased? You got to be pleased with that. I think that is awesome. Don't know if the patience for that. Yeah, you do, but definitely, definitely, definitely. Seen some of your stuff lately has been awesome as well. So yeah. Um, but yeah, TK, this is great stuff. Really great stuff. The textures as well. You can actually see the shadowing of that leaf curve and stuff. Really nicely done. Even the subtle shading, you can see. Kind of proud. You should be. You should really be proud. I think that's awesome. Yeah. Uh, Thank you for sharing as well. I love seeing that. That's really cool. Definitely, definitely be proud of that one. Um, it's a lovely piece. It's a lovely picture as well. Chose a good chose a good image to use as a reference there. Um, tempted to say go darker just because that's what all the people I respect always say. It is a common phrase used by a lot of people, but sometimes, a nice smooth subtle is not a bad thing either. Um, yeah, it's nice. But yeah, you could go ham with it and go a lot darker, but yeah. Uh, Freckle Beckle, how you doing? How's it going? Really good, thank you. Really good, thank you. We're ploughing on through this one. We're working our way across the bottom here and a bit here with the bullet casings. Still loads to go in, so we're getting there. But yeah, the bullet casings go all the way up to the top. I've put in some light highlights with a paint pen, just where the light hits some of the casings. So yeah, but yeah, good to see you, and I appreciate you popping in and saying hello. It's from a photo I took a few years ago. Really, love insects combined with flowers. That's cool. To use your own reference image, result sorted. No copyright there. Get your mass producing prints going. Amazing, looks wonderful. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. Camera snaps tend to reduce contrast too. Wish my scanner worked. Yeah, yeah, that's very true. Yeah, the amount of times I've shown people an image and I'm like, my camera, especially on my phone, it just sort of plays about with the lighting and stuff and tries to make the dark areas white and stuff. And it's like, no, it's dark. I want it to be dark. It tries to enhance the photo for you, and it's like, no, just leave it as it is, please. I hate worrying about copyright stuff. Yeah. I tell you what, yeah. When I had Trading Standards visit my stall at Comic Con, I was like, shit, 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 shit. But they're really nice guys, and they're just like, yeah, no, you're all right. You're doing okay. Don't worry about it. Nothing to worry about. You're not being unreasonable with your stuff. You're not mass producing. I've got no problems. Carry on. So I was like, sweet. Panic over. All I got to do is new underwear. But yeah, so yeah, using your own references, great stuff. Great, great stuff. Again, just brushing off the bottom of this casing just to give that shadow that it is on the floor. Asked your family to share photos with you too. That's good. That's good. And then when you make the big bucks, they'll want a cut. No, that's good. It's a good way of doing it. Keep saying, I've been saying it for many a time, I'd love to draw an image that I've done or a photo that I've taken and draw it. I think it was just something nice about saying, yeah, no one's done this picture. I took the reference image. Um, yeah, I think it's nice. The quality of the photo is important. Ask anyone who does commissions of people's photos. Yeah, I know the feeling. I've done some stuff before, and where a photo is blurry, it's difficult. Very, very difficult. But yeah, if everybody make the big bucks, they wouldn't have to ask. Seems only fair to me that I thank them financially for sharing their photos. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. Definitely. Definitely, definitely. So look after your people. Nice. Right, let's try and get a sense of. Trying to get a sense of proportions. So if I put in the ones by this chair leg, then I know roughly how far over some of this stuff is. Gonna look for a bit. No worries, TK. No worries. I appreciate the lurks. Anyone who's lurking, you are appreciated. Really are. It helps with the numbers. It helps, and yeah, thank you. The silent heroes. Cool. And there's another one. Sort of there, like this. You're not disturbing him like we are. It's fine. I love being disturbed. Honestly, I appreciate you guys being here chatting. I love it. I say years and years, I used to just draw on my own, sat in the quiet, and it can be a very lonely place. So to have people, taking the time out of their day to sit and chat, or even just lurk and watch, yeah, it's super cool to me. I love it. Shit, I went got a bit carried away with that one, so that's all right. This one can be mostly dark. just running some, instead of like actual casings here, I'm just putting a little bit. I know it's bright white underneath the chair, but I think that little element of shadow here, where I've just brushed in like a line where the bullet casing is just touching the, it adds shadow to the casing. Yeah, sorry. Again, brush at the bottom just to bring it down a bit. Actually, it's quite dark down here, so. Nice. Just checking if I'm happy with the amount of casings I've got in between the chair legs. The good thing about like these casings as well is I can also be a bit, use artistic license. No one's gonna look at this and go, hang on a minute, that casing there isn't in the original. You're not gonna have the original to compare next to it. So you can also almost be a bit, yeah, artistic with it and just add in a casing where you think it needs it. Back for a bit. Welcome back, Mitch. Welcome back. Starting to get a bit of cramp in my hand. Not cramp, but aches. You will. You spot everything. You got a sharp eye, a keen eye. It's on the ball. Yeah. People can't say, you're not creative. Reference image. I'm creative. I added a few bullet casings in where they weren't supposed to be. You can't get more creative than that. Yeah, I estimated about before stream. I estimated about 5 hours still to go on this one, and I think I was like on the money. So coming up to 3 hours, and yeah, I've still got more to do. I've got highlights everywhere to do. So yeah, what's funny is that even in the original poster, some are revolver casings, some are ACP casings. Oh, really? Yeah, I wouldn't know the difference. I really wouldn't. They're just little metal cylinders to me. All our brains are different. I can look at something thrilled with their creativity and just not get it. Yeah, yeah, I understand. I've had that comment loads of times though, saying, "Well, why didn't you just print the picture off yourself? If it's that you've gone for realism on that picture, if you like the picture, why don't you just print it off?" And it's like, but I enjoy creating it in charcoal. There's nothing wrong with that, surely. Because I want to. That goes for a lot of realism. People always say that, why recreate it from a photo? If you've got the photo, then what's the point? How is this song? Excuse me. Oh, so Paranoba Nabos. Thank you for the follow. I was in a world of my own then. Appreciate it. Thank you. Deep in thought. Much appreciated. Let's put the shadow in here as well. If I just go in with my eraser and just put in all these where I want the next ones to be. Van Do, what a pleasant surprise. Long time no see, mate. How's it going? What a guy. Haven't seen you in a long time. I did actually think the other day, actually, which is very weird. Yeah, hadn't seen you about, and whether you were still arting or not, or super cool. Lovely to see you, mate. Hope you're doing all right and looking after yourself. What a guy. Just casting some shadows on these ones. Yeah, I was in Charles' chat last night. I just didn't say anything. Okay, that's all right. Sometimes you don't need to say anything, do you? And just enjoy the art. But yeah, are you still drawing? It's good. Yeah, really good to see you. Yeah, Charles is such an incredible artist. It was a great stream. God, my wrist, not my wrist and my hand are aching now. We're doing all these bullet casings. I have to leave for football in about, I don't know. I have to finish streaming in about 5-10 minutes, if that. Give it 5 more minutes, guys, and I have to call it a day because I have to get me kit together for football. Ready to kick some shins, do some good shin kicking. I'm wearing my trusty Hat Films t-shirt as well. I usually stream in a Hat Films t-shirt. Gotta love it. Fancy raiding a bigger streamer. She does anime girls, but she's lovely. Knew who Dylan was and appreciated the realism. Hell yeah, of course. I like uh, I like to stream or to follow or raid lovely people. If you're lovely, then yeah, I'm up for that. Sounds like a plan. It's cool, isn't it? Getting York stuff here is stupid money. I bet, Mitch. I bet. Is it just do you pay? Is it because of the tax, or is it because the postage and all that lot? If you some people don't like raiding bigger streamers. I think it's. I don't mind as long as they're nice people. But it's also it's nice to share about a bit, isn't it? Sometimes you go for bigger streamers, sometimes not so much. Because sometimes a bigger streamer, you can increase your following a little bit. Uh, so yeah, everything. If there's anything I need to send you a print anyway for your Jingle Jam win on the lucky draw. So if there's anything you want me to get UK wise, I can chuck it in. Should roll up all right with a print. um, yeah, hit me up. More than happy to help. I'm missing a Sips t-shirt. I uh, got mostly Hat Films merch, which is cool. I love Hat Films, so it's nice when you get someone who is nice totally. Yeah, definitely. Um, so should we should we have a review before we bugger off and see what we think's? You had a Sipsco quality dirt shirt way back in the day, yeah. Sipsco or the Big Women, Big Fun or whatever it is. So yeah, it's getting there, guys, isn't it? I think it's all that's left to do is like highlights and throw in a few more casings, but I mean maybe what if I turn the light off? Does that help anything? Or so I know it washes it out a little bit as well, but Jane, good to see you. Fantastic, thank you. I really appreciate it. It works so well with charcoal, doesn't it? Which is cool. But yeah, I need to reintroduce a lot of the highlights on the tops of his legs and underneath. Um, yeah, and I like the casings on the bottom. They definitely work, and I think they look like they're on the floor as well, which is one of the worries, not worries, but little concerns I had. So there is that as well. But yeah, it's coming out okay. Like I said, I'm going to use the paint pen probably over the weekend if I can, and just throw in some highlights of where the light bouncing off some of these casings, just give that a bit of crispness. Maybe down here as well, one or two. And just, yeah, make sure. And then where I've lent my bit of paper in here, I need to darken that down a bit as well. So looks amazing. And I got to see the start and the end. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Looking really, really good. Thank you, Mitch. And fantastic. Thank you, Barack. Appreciate it, guys. So yeah, we think we'll call it on that. But yeah, I'm pleased. There's like I said, even on his body here, I want to go back in with my pencil and just darken up all these little bits in here, because as I've lent my bit of paper on and stuff and resting and stuff, it lifts the charcoal off of it. So yeah, that needs to be reintroduced on the leg here. It needs a bit darkening. So there's loads. Another 2 hours, I reckon. But I probably will do that over the weekend rather than save it to Monday, because yeah, hour and a half I'll be done, so it won't be worth doing a Monday stream on this. I'll try and have something else ready for Monday, hopefully, even if it's just practice on something. We'll see. Just popping in to see, really nice. I noticed the shadows aren't 100% shadows; they are actual reflections. You did a really good job. Thank you, thank you. I guess so. Yeah. Like in here where the bullets are hitting, and here this casing's just about to hit, so a bit of a shadow there. But yeah, I'll play about with it a bit some more. But yeah, armpit. Who did you have a suggestion? Rosebell Art. Cute anime girls. Nice. Advert. Um, 18 plus stream. Okay, I tried to keep a bit PG, but I just have a look a second. Yeah, I try to keep a bit PG, but I did a lot of 3D work and would guess the floor has a glossiness index of about 0.1. Allows everything in terms of 3D graphics and stuff. Yeah, that's true. Nothing's too strong, but she's sweet. Yeah, okay. Channel, if we could just pop in and just say hello, and then we'll. Let me just check. Let me just check someone else. 1 second. Yeah. I slightly concerned over the. We'll go with it. We'll go with it. Sorry, let's just do. Cool. We'll pop in and see Rosebell Art, and yeah, thanks for the. Again, thank you for the bits, whiskey, and thanks for all being here. Thanks to Absinthe and Whiteman for the raids, and yeah, try and catch you all on Monday, if not on the weekend, but most probably be Monday, and yeah, um, we shall pop over and say hello. I'd appreciate that, and yeah, see what the arts is like. But yeah, again, thank you all again, and I shall catch you over the weekend or Monday. See you later.
Sadly, which is very annoying when people think like this. Simon